live video. If you're watching the video after the live, no problems. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And whilst you're leaving your comments, please be respectful to other people in the comment section. Don't be rude. For me, I don't care. You can go ahead and show how your mother did not raise you well. That is your problem. I will just delete it. So there have been a lot of happenings. I'm not making this video in Creole because I don't want to target only Sierra Leoneans. I want to target the international audience and people that are watching my videos from the States. I don't know why, but my Sierra Leoneans are not that much on my channel, so I'm very sorry if you are Sierra Leonean, but let's keep this video in English. I want to target some certain amount of audience. Most of my audience are from the States, the US, UK, Ghana, and my last statistics I also saw Australia and Canada. Thank you guys for watching my video from those places. So I'll talk about the CHERNOH BAH and the BO-SLPP governments and the way they have been, embezzling state funds, which is like the country's finances and country's pockets. So I've been following this guy for a while now, and his messages, they have been really getting to me. I've been feeling a little bad because as a Sierra Leonean, we have been seeing a lot of things that have been happening, and now people have been crying up and down, talking about the cost of living, prices, and food, even to food items are getting very high. Not everyone can even afford 3 square meals a day. Some are even struggling to keep up with 2 square meals a day. People are getting frustrated every day in that country. Salaries are not good. Even the people that the recent happenings, it's in relations to the ones that I think we're involved in the registration for the upcoming elections. They're not getting paid fairly. Some have not even received a dime. Everything is a mess. The only things that they have been talking about lately, it's the airport, which is like a contract they have with a Turkish company that is now, taking over the airport, and they are going to be there. They renovated the airport with their own money, and they are going to work in Sierra Leone for a very long time until they recover their money, and then the airports will be a state property. But for now, that section of the airport where they renovated is no longer a Sierra Leone airport. It is being controlled and owned. It's like when you put a house on lease, yeah, that is what is exactly that is happening. Like the airport is on lease to those Turkish company. They are going to manage everything until they get their money that they spent in renovating that part of the airport, and then they are going to hand over the airport back to the country as a state property. So let's go straight to the one that I saw this morning. It has very huge figures. So I'm going to read the post that CHERNOH BAH made. This one right here. It's evidence on the expanding wage bill and salary disparities under the Mother Bureau regime. New payroll documents and official correspondences of the government of Sierra Leone obtained by the Africanist press reveal shocking evidence of how the Mother Bureau administration has expended the payroll to reward leading members and key supporters of the governing Sierra Leone People's Party, which is the SLPP. It's like, there are legal and official workers that are struggling to get their salaries. They are struggling to get paid. Then this man is creating branches to be paying other people. These people in particular are leading members and key supporters of the SLPP. These are the people that we see on the internet that are defending this party, like, how will I put it? Like their lives depend on it. They are fighting so hard to make this man in his 5 years look like the best thing that has happened in Sierra Leone, which we all know it's a lie. They are getting paid to do it. Everyone is like, the country finances is bad. So if you are getting paid to just spread out some few lies, why not? Give me the cash and let's go. And then they also, the one that I cannot be able to explain till this day, is the office of the chief minister. Like, what is that office all about? And it has staff also that are getting paid. let's go. These rewards of party members for party members, friends, and loyal supporters include promotions, higher salaries, and added allowances. Meanwhile, regular civil service employees continue to earn lower wages despite a new internal policy on promotion and salary equity approved on 1st October 2020. The result is an ever-widening payroll gap between political appointees and other civil servants. We discovered that senior finance officials continue to earn gross monthly salaries ranging over 100 million leones, which is around 10,000 US dollars, to 65 million leones, which is around 6,500 US dollars, and 43 million leones, which is around $4,300, respectively. While the bulk of the public financial management (PFM) staff continue to earn lower salaries ranging from 14 million leones, $1,400, to 2.9 million, that is like 290 US dollars, and a little over 731,000 leones, which is like $73 monthly. Read the report below. This is their official paper, African Express. Finance officials expand payroll to political appointees, widening gross pay disparities in the civil service. Now let's just talk a little bit about this amount. It is hard when you think about Sierra Leone. It is not even a country that is known like worldwide. You will go to places and some gatherings where they will ask you, where are you coming from? You say like, I'm from Sierra Leone. Sometimes you have to mention Guinea-Conakry that is closer to us, or you mention Liberia, and you said, okay, I'm from Sierra Leone. Where is the country? You said from West Africa. Where? Then you have to say, okay, we are between Guinea-Conakry and Liberia, moreover, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, that means it's a small country, yeah. So the country is not even that known. A country can be known by better management and, bringing new ideas and making opportunities that are profitable to the country. Not opportunities that are only profitable to a group of people that are only, will be like, I concur and support to everything that this man say. People are struggling to get paid. People are earning, look at this amount, $73 monthly. 731,000. So I got they call 731 leones. People are earning like peanuts in Sierra Leone. People are working from Monday to Friday. Some of them are working from Monday to Saturdays. Extreme hours. It's above 8 hours per day. And they are earning peanuts. Whilst party members and party supporters are earning millions of leones every month for doing absolutely nothing but to make videos and write up stories that this man is doing excellent in his government and in his reign. And then they talk about equality. They talk about, one people, one country. They talk about law for every Sierra Leonean. This money, this amount is a lot. There's another post that also, this is what I'm talking about, the social media reporter, the one that are making all these good stories. Let's just read. I saw this one like yesterday, and I was like, my heart aches, like when I think of every Sierra Leonean that is struggling to go through certain things in life, because we have seen youths that are going to go to university. Graduations are coming up very soon. Next week, on the 12th, we have Fabric College. On the 13th, we have IPAM, and the 14th, we have Commerce. I'm going to have a new group of youths that have went through kindergarten, primary school, junior secondary, and senior secondary, went to the university, struggled their way through with huge bills. Because during this way, they talk about, how they are going to make free education, but that is not happening. Instead, the fees went high. The subsidy that the previous government made to reduce the college fees, this man aborted those subsidies. So this college fee went like very high, about 5 million and above, depending on the department or in the level, whether you are doing a diploma or a BSc. After all this struggle, these youths have been through, they're going to graduate, and also they are paying 2 million yuans for graduation fees. They have to get their gowns, they have to get a new shoe, they have to get a white dress, they have to prepare for everything. After they leave the university, 99.9% of them will not be able to find a job. The 1% that will find a job will be jobs that will pay them, like, let me just say, like 50 euros a month. Even below 50 euros a month, that's like 1 million yuans, the old currency, because I'm not familiar with the new currency that they have produced. People are struggling in the country. And these days, I've also heard that if you want to work at banks, they have bank agents that will help you to get a job. But if you are being paid 1,600,000 every month, like they will take like 800,000 yuans, and you also keep 800,000 yuans. You have to pay transportations, you have to dress up, it's a lot. And then you see people that are just party members and supporters, the ones that are proper, making this propaganda online that this man is doing excellent, are getting paid millions of yuans. This is the country where they talk about empowering youths. They are killing the youths. Let's talk about this social media, how they are paying their social media supporters. Anytime you see Suleiman Stefan and those propaganda videos of Madam Bio's supposed accomplishments as president in the last 5 years, just know this is what triggers Suleiman's propaganda video on behalf of the Bio regime. Suleiman Stefan's 2018 salary, listen, 21,762,000 yuans. As a video man of President Bio, who still pay the combined monthly salaries of 3 lieutenant colonels in Sierra Leone military, and 6 secondary school teachers in Sierra Leone. The salary of this man in 2018 combined, he can pay the salary of 3 lieutenant colonels. And this is another frustrating part that I can't be able to understand. This man talks a lot about his past job, which was like a military man, but we all know that is not a very good history. If you watch my video that I talk about Strasser, you can be able to gather the past life of Madabio in that Strasser video, what he did during his reign as a military man and as a president. The military are suffering. Their salaries did not go up. Their stuff that they used to benefit, a bag of rice, allowances or whatever, this military are struggling. As a military man in power, you have to remember your brothers, your comrades, and make their lives better. But no, they are spending money on their social media representatives or their social media PR firm or agents to make a very good picture of them. And the workers are struggling. Teachers that are, impacting wisdom and preparing the future generation, the future leaders are getting paid peanuts. They can barely survive. Some are surviving, making extra lessons. Just imagine going to school for like 4 or 5 hours per day, teaching kids from one classroom to another. And the salary is like nothing. You have to pay rent, you have to look after your own kids. The only way they can survive is creating extra lessons. Imagine the mental load on their heads. Because sitting down and talking all the time, it's a lot of work. I can't even be able to wrap my mind when I see people like that are very, often on the media. I can't, because it takes a lot. When it comes to teaching, it's not only about, just taking a book and just start teaching kids just like that. You have to prepare the day before entering the classroom. You have to make notes. You have to discuss your topics to make them understand. You have to go through exams. You have to sit down, look at those papers, mark out the places where they do wrong and right. Mark them, give them grades. After a whole stressful day, go home and rest and spend time with your family. No. You have to create extra lessons, so extra ways and means of getting income so that you can be able to support your life and that of your family. And then people that are just on the internet talking about, oh, Madabio is a good president. Oh, he has done this, he has done that. Just talk, no action, no evidence. They are getting paid twice, double of what these people are getting. It's sad. Let's continue. You can see the letter below for details regarding travel per diem, travel tickets, leave and percentage of bonus paid design for the photographer of the president in April of 2018, right at the beginning of the Bio regime. This salary was in 2018, and 5 years later, Suleiman's salary is way beyond this amount. I will post a video produced by Suleiman Stefan shortly to show you what Sierra Leonean taxpayers' money are being used for. Let's look at this later down here. Appointment as head of audiovisual office of the president. I write to inform you that it has pleased His Excellency the President to appoint Mr. Suleiman Stefan as head of audiovisual with effect from 4th April 2018. Please note that his appointment is the pleasure of His Excellency the President. The terms and conditions of his appointment are as follows. Net salary 21,762,000 per month. 21 million. Annual leave pay 1 month salary. Anytime he's going on a leave, he's getting paid this 21,762,000 leons. Per diem, UNDSA rates 25%. Travel, economy class while traveling on government business. But we all know this particular thing is a fake, because he will take that business class so that he can be able to get nice pictures of the man in the business suit. You know, we know he likes to travel, and he travels along with this man to take pictures and videos. Really, my country. Ex gratia, 15% of total salary. Duration, at the pleasure of His Excellency the President. Meaning, like, he does not have a fixed time that is working, like Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5, or from 9 to 2, or from 9 to 6. He is working as long as the President needs him. See money. Just make pictures and videos, post it, write very nice things and beautiful things of how he has been working hard for the betterment of Sierra Leone. And he's getting paid this much, while civil servants are struggling to feed. Please inform Mr. Suleiman Stefan accordingly. Status Tower Hill. Julius F. Sandy, PhD Secretary to the President. These are stupid degrees that they like flaunting on the media. It's a lot. If you go to this man's page on Facebook, you read the news here, and it's very good. You know, he has opportunity of traveling. He's been invited to important platforms to discuss about corruption and everything that has been going on. And we have the useless non-entities of journalists, excuse of journalists in that country, that are also part of the social media propaganda of painting this man as the best thing that has happened to our country. And then he made a post that I find very interesting. It's about the current running mate of the APC, or we can say the vice. What is stupid name again? CHERNOH BAH. That has been in parliament, member of the parliament for the last 5 years during the reign of this SLPP. And he has done absolutely nothing good for the people of Sierra Leone, nor his party. Let's read this. This is the guy, this CHERNOH BAH. It's a long article, so just bear with me. You can read. I'm going to read as fast as I can. Sierra Leone opposition MP supported judiciary archman against democracy, Dr. Matthew Anderson, Mark Feldman, and Nick Harris. This, the judiciary of Sierra Leone has been a disaster for the past, the last 5 years during the reign of this murder bill. We have seen unlawful sentences. We have seen unjustly, stuff going on down in the courthouse, and everything has been going on bad. And everything that I've been doing is been passed to the parliament before it comes into effect. And to think that we have the APC, and especially a vice president of the APC in parliament allowing all this nonsense to go on, it really shows a lot on the weakness of APC to give this man the second chance to run as the vice president again alongside Dr. Samuel Kamara. It's a disaster, it's a mess. You don't know who to trust again in the next 5 years of Sierra Leone's progress. Because I don't know much about Dr. Samuel Kamara, because based on the recent stuff that I've been reading online about him, he seems to be good and has a clean record. But this man that is the vice president, Cherry Coco, it does not. There is something about it that does not sit right with me. It's not honest. It's like this kind of people that we call sellouts. They can sell information. They can side with the enemy as long as they are profiting from that. It's like a snitch. I cannot trust him with my penny. No. Anyway, let's read this article. It's a bit long. Opposition members of parliament, MPs in Sierra Leone, collaborated with ruling party politicians to legitimize the controversial appointment of Adrian Fisher to the High Court of Sierra Leone. Parliamentary papers reviewed by Africanist press have shown. This is the Fisher guy that I don't like. He's the same guy involved in sentencing LJ. Yeah, I think he is the one with his head like purple. Adrian Fisher was appointed to the position of High Court judge in Freetown 2 years ago. Lawmakers on an what? Which line was I? Okay, lawmakers have approved his appointment in December 2022, despite protests from Sierra Leonean lawyers regarding his qualifications to practice law in the West African country. I never knew about this, that lawyers and lawmakers made a protest because they don't want this guy. His qualifications are not up to date to be a judge in High Court. Corruption at its highest, and the APC's MPs were also part of this bill. That's why I don't trust this Cherry Coco. Fisher applied to the General Legal Council, GLC, to practice law in Sierra Leone in 2015, but his application was refused. The then Justice Adelisa Showers ruled a year later that the General Legal Council had abused its power in considering Fisher's application and carried out several procedural irregularities which amounted to abuse of power. I never knew about this stuff, which the court cannot overlook. Sierra Leone's constitution provides in section 135, bracket 3, that no one may be appointed as a judge of Superior Court of Judicature unless she or he is qualified to practice civil and criminal law in Sierra Leone or in countries with an analogous legal system that has been approved by the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. Judge Showers granted an order squashing the decision and instructing the GLC to reconsider Fisher's application in accordance with the findings of the court. Despite this order, where was I? Okay, despite this order, lawyers in Freetown insisted that Fisher's legal qualifications remain. Oh my God, who is this? remain questionable. While questions about Fisher's qualifications to practice law linger, Fisher continues to preside over cases in Sierra Leonean courts. Since Madabio assumed power in 2018, Fisher's name has appeared on almost all judicial trials involving leading opposition, politicians, and other perceived critics of the Madabio regime. Yes, he has been like their judge since this man came into power. And everything that has been going on, he has been in favor of the SLPP regime. In 2020, for example, Fisher helped prosecute former Defense Minister Alfred Paulo Conte in a treason trial. Other accused persons prosecuted by Fisher include retired Colonel Sassine and Prince George Orges, who were also wrongfully charged on treason-related allegations along with Paulo Conte. You can check my channel for that video about Paulo Conte's trial and everything that went down. Months before the Paulo Conte treason trial, Fisher also participated in a trial involving former Freetown Mayor Agbert George Williams and opposition activist Abubakar Darami on allegations of murder. And in April 2022, Fisher passed an infamous ruling that dismantled the extant executive structures of the All People's Congress, APC, the major opposition party in Sierra Leone, and appointed a 21-member caretaker executive, a decision that rendered the opposition party largely dysfunctional until its recent convention. You can read my 21-man case also on the APC on my channel. You can watch that video and be able to catch up. But despite the clearly unresolved questions around his legal qualifications, Fisher's High Court appointment also opened another legal problem. Section 135(2) of Sierra Leone's 1991 Constitution makes it mandatory for anyone appointed to serve as a judge of a superior high court to first appear before Parliament for scrutiny and approval ahead of occupying the said position. Judges of the Superior Court of the Judicature shall be appointed by the President by warrant under his hand, acting on the advice of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission and subject to the approval of Parliament, the Sierra Leone Constitution explicitly states. However, Fisher has occupied the position of High Court Judge and presided over numerous trials involving opposition politicians and other critics of the Bio regime for over 2 years without parliamentary approval. Like, it should go before Parliament for approval. But he has been operating without any approval. And he has been targeting the opposition party members and the critics of the Bio regime. Interesting. Despite the lingering constitutional questions, oh my God. What am I going to do? Despite the lingering constitutional questions surrounding his appointment, Fisher and 9 others finally appeared before Parliament in December 2022, that is last year, for approval. Records of the proceedings show that the opposition MPs willingly supported the ruling party members in the House of Parliament in approving Andrea Fisher without any objection, despite the existing challenges to Fisher's qualification to practice law in Sierra Leone. Welcome to Sierra Leone. The issue is important because during the last 2 years, Fisher has been involved in virtually every judicial case involving leading APC politicians and opponents of the Bio regime. Fisher's most notable case is the ongoing trial of Samura Kamara, the APC 2023 presidential candidate. Samura Kamara has been in court before Fisher for more than a year now on corruption allegations brought against him by Sierra Leone's Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC. Kamara supporters said the court trial is aimed at disqualifying Kamara, who is at present the leading challenger to President Bio in upcoming June 2023 elections. The Kamara trial, which commenced on 14th December 2021, has dragged on slowly with no progress reported and no clear end in sight. In the last 14 months, court proceedings have not produced any evidence linking Kamara to the corruption allegation the ACC presented. 18 witnesses, including Ali Kaba, who served as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Ambassador to the Sierra Leone UN mission in New York between 2018 and 2021. When the US $4.6 million corruption scandal occurred, Kaba's testimony as a leading witness in the proceedings exposed more holes in the ACC's case against Camara, further revealing the obvious efforts of the regime to rob in Camara. The Camara trial itself has proceeded slowly, mainly due to the prosecution and dozens of adjournments from Fisher himself. Many Sierra Leoneans have questioned the decision to assign Samoa Camara's case to Fisher, describing him as a legal mercenary hired by both opposition and ruling party politicians to prosecute a leading political opponent of the BO administration. Former Freetown Mayor Winstanley Banco Johnson wondered why the judiciary and parliament allowed Fisher to commence or continue presiding as a High Court judge for over 2 years unchallenged. I feel terribly ashamed for my country because it logically follows that for as long as he had been presiding as such within the judicature of Sierra Leone prior to that substantive parliament approval and confirmation, he has been doing so irregularly, Banco Johnson stated. Winstanley Banco Johnson is one of few opposition politicians that have openly criticized the parliamentarian decision to legitimize Fisher's role in the judiciary. Sierra Leone's parliament papers reviewed by Africanist Press show that opposition MPs, on the other hand, did not object to Fisher's appointment or any of the judges that appeared before Parliament on 8 December 2022. Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Param Tarawali, confirmed that Fisher and the other judges received an unanimous vote of approval by MPs. These MPs including the current one inmate, like the Vice President of the APC, CHERNOH. The Parliament of Sierra Leone has an unanimity approved 7 High Court and 3 Appeals Court judges to sever the Superior Court of the Judiciary. A statement from the Parliamentarian Clerk's Office stated, "Indeed, records of the votes and proceedings of Parliament for 8 December 2022 show that about 112 MPs were present, including opposition parliamentarian leader Honorable CHERNOH Bah and the opposition whip Honorable Hassan Sise. Honorable Bah avoided proceedings in the ECOWAS Parliament in Nigeria the previous day and instead traveled to Sierra Leone to help approve Fisher's appointments. These opposition MPs legitimized Fisher's controversial role as High Court judge without any dissent or objection." CHERNOH BAH. They running mate for the if to Samoa Camara. He avoided the proceedings in the ECOWAS Parliament in Nigeria just so that he can be present to approve of Fisher. This is the same person that the APC put as their running mate. During the voting process that approved the appointed judges, Honorable Bah presided, praised Fisher. Okay, CHERNOH, let me call him by his name. That is popular in Sierra Leone. CHERNOH praised Fisher's role in the judiciary and asked that judges' salary be increased and that their conditions of service needed to be improved. It's the same judge that has been persecuting his party members. He praised his role, asked for his salaries to increase and conditions of judges be improved also. Other opposition APC members also joined the APC's parliamentarian leader to endorse the judges' appointments. Opposition whip, Honorable Hassan Sise of the APC, described Fisher and other appointed judges as consummate professionals, saying they were qualified and competent for their position. Sise's colleague in the APC, Honorable Abdul Kabu, went as far as describing Fisher and the other judges as men and women of integrity and character. Wow, this article is long. Oh my gee. Let me see how many minutes I'm in. Oh my God, it's getting far. Meanwhile, other lawyers continue to argue that Fisher does not meet his stipulated constitutional requirements to practice law in Sierra Leone. They argue that it is illegal and that the law officers department retained him as a judge. Parliament records show that the opposition MPs did not discuss future qualification to practice law in Sierra Leone, and neither did they question officials' role in the ongoing court cases against leading opposition politicians, including Samura Kamara, the APC's 2023 presidential candidate. At the recently concluded APC National Delegates Conference in February, Kamara won an unprecedented majority vote to lead the opposition party in June 2023, this year, elections. In the last presidential elections, Mada Bio, the current president, won narrowly against Kamara by less than 2% in both rounds of the presidential race that brought Bio to power in 2018. 4 years on, Kamara's popularity has increased and supporters of his campaign have multiplied against Bio's growing unpopularity across the country. A real possibility of defeating Bio in the June 2023 elections turned Kamara into the most obvious target for both the ruling party and Kamara's colleague in his own APC party. APC party members are stupid. How can you be fighting against your own? Anyways, Kamara's growing appeal within the rank and file of the APC and the real electoral challenge he poses to President Bio has led him to being targeted by internal opponents in APC. Oddly enough, Honorable CHERNOH BAH, the APC's parliamentarian leader, who led the opposition campaign to approve Fisher in parliament, has now been recently appointed as the APC's vice presidential candidate by the National Advisory Council, NAC, of the party to deputize Kamara in the election. Stupid move by the APC. The decision has raised serious questions relating to Bah's actual loyalty to Samura Kamara, the presidential candidate, who many believe is the target of a planned disqualification in the pending elections. Many in Sierra Leone see Fisher's role in the judiciary as an epitome of Mada Bio's progressive views of the courts against selected opposition politicians and other opponents of the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. Amadou Koité Makalo, an APC activist now exiled in the United Kingdom, recalls the injustice he suffered under the hands of Fisher. Koité said Fisher was the leading prosecutor in his trial and was instrumental in ensuring that he was kept for 9 months in solitary confinement at Pademba Road, Freetown Maximum Central Prison, while undergoing trial on allegations of seditious and defamatory libel against President Bio. Koité was later acquitted of the charges without any compensation for wrongful detention by the Sierra Leone state. Koité, now a harsh critic of the Bio regime, is among the growing number of Sierra Leonean exiles in Europe and the United States who have remained increasingly worried over the increasing collapse of democratic governance in Sierra Leone. Mohamed Wabari Sey, former executive director of Democracy Sierra Leone, says the judiciary has become a tool in the hands of ruling party politicians and their opposition allies against genuine opponents of the Bio regime. Lack of judicial independence has the potential to undermine free and fair elections and will serve as a catalyst for electoral violence, Waise noted. We published on the African Express website documents from the Sierra Leone Parliament, including the vote and the proceedings of the 8th December 2022 to illustrate the evidence upon which is reported based. For more information, I'm going to leave this link in the comment section so you guys can go through it. So these are the recent happenings that I found on the CHERNOH BAH's page that got me really interested. I'll be discussing more of his posts with you guys, so don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on my next live or my next video. Bye for now.